Now we have a treasurer.
Ooh.
Tania Rooney, I think this is your time to shine. So Tania is going to share with us how to be a good treasurer and how she organises the finances for her club and how that continues into her home life and everything else that she does. Welcome, Tania Rooney, to the virtual lectern with your presentation on treasurer. Thank you.
Thank you, fellow Toastmasters. Judith, to be a treasurer, hey, I'm a figures person. It all started when I played netball at school. We wanted to win. So the more goals you got, the better. So that was counting. I've always liked figures. I joined Toastmasters originally because I always wanted to ask the question, be part of the scene, but I was never game enough to. Or I'd put it like this and hope they wouldn't pick on me, because if they did, I'd have to talk. And oh, how fearful I was of that. Actually, another quick story. I wanted an ice cream cake back in the day, but you had to give you a full name, and I was not very happy with my full name. Moving on, I'm a figures person. Throughout my life, my earlier job was working with, work experience people, using a slide rule, an engineering slide rule. That was my calculating machine. That was something different. And later on became a female clerk who, when female rates became male, the payroll person was the first role that took on male rates. I happen to have got a job as a payroll person. So I've managed payroll for many, many years. It was hard to get out of. So I've dealt with millions and millions. So having done other roles in the Toastmasters organisation, this year currently being an AD and a VP of another club and a big Lions club treasurer, I'm putting my hand up to be a treasurer of one of the clubs, because I hate to tell you this, but it's probably the simplest, easiest, cut and dried, and you're part of a team. So that's what might be in store for me next year. So why not you? Be a treasurer. You get to know the ropes, you get to know how it all operates, you know how the work progresses from A to B, how it comes in through the secretary, the president. Everybody has a part, that you, the treasurer, pays the money. So you really, down the track, are the most important person. Without you, a member is not really a member. Okay, let's start at the very beginning. One of my jobs as treasurer, I actually assisted district. And back in the days, we had two parts to being a treasurer. It was the club finances and the TMI, paying your fees to America. And that particular year, I was between jobs and I didn't look for a new job. I was the district assistant treasurer. And every couple of days, I had to collect all these people who had paid their fees in that time. And it was dissected into, I can't even remember what it was, but you had to work on the exchange rate for the day and send the money from district. So each club paid the money to district and district paid it to America. Now it's much more simple. We, the club treasurers, pay it directly to America. Again, it's to do with that exchange rate. But it's quite easy. Everybody else does the work. They're supposed to help you with getting that membership form for the new member and filling out the details, how many months they're going to pay for, and even could give the club's bank account to that member. So your job is really to check your bank account, the club's bank account, and see that it's arrived. But if that hasn't happened, you also contribute by giving out the club's bank account number. It comes into your bank account, and with that, you process that money to America. Now, there are many ways of doing this. One of my clubs has actually changed bank accounts because we thought it's better that we can have that we always have two signatories, which is the rule of most companies, that two people to sign for any money in the club. Back in the days, we used to have people at the door taking in room fees, taking in raffle money, fees for membership. But now one of my clubs has put it all together. after determining all this through the budget that we work out at the beginning of the year. So the money then is processed quite easily, 2 to sign, and I expect a voucher given me with an authority to say, please pay this. And nowadays, again, each person can stay in their respective house and pay that bank payment without even having to meet up. So for me, it's so much easier, and it's a job very easy for anybody to do. But it's a procedure. And when you can join a big organisation, and I've paid millions and millions of dollars every month to people in a big company, it's very important. If you make a mistake, you may not be there tomorrow. And so it flows on. And I wish to instill this in incoming treasurers, that it's important. This is a learning training session. And if you haven't done it before, why not? It's quite easy. And if you think you can't budget and work your own details at home, this is a chance to learn. I use an Excel spreadsheet. You can itemize all your different every expense that you have on a spreadsheet. And when you do your budget the next year, you actually compare it with what was last year. But you can also say, hey, we spent this much on this money this year, on a raffle, on guests, on books, on educational, and you've got it all there, and you can show this for the budget for next year. It's quite easy, and it takes you a few moments, and it's a job I'd recommend to anybody who wants to get on the committee. Be a little bit powerful because you've got the stroke of the coin, you know, and lead the way. But what has Toastmasters done for me? I've been in it like 37 years, and I believe a lot of people still can't understand me. So I'm still trying to get my act together because I'm quite excited about Toastmasters. And when I talk about Toastmasters, people are often wondering what I'm about. I was going to start this speech with saying, never apologise for not being organised or can't even read my writing, for not being, do not apologise for being prepared. But when you've been in Toastmasters 37 years, I've been president numerous times, VP several times, president, treasurer, secretary, can't read my writing too well, only once. I haven't done BPPR. It allows you to do lots of things. When I graduated from workforce, I worked for COTA, Council on the Aging, and became a peer educator, helping people to learn how to read their light bill and maybe changing their people are given their, see what I mean, their electricity bills, or else fill out a will, things like that, trying to help others in their older state. I worked for the Olympic Games because I could, and I was on the loudspeaker because I could. I could now put my hand up. I spoke at a funeral where there were some other Toastmasters there, Toastmaster funeral, and nobody else could get up. But with my chemo brain, I got up and said a few words, and I'm very proud of that because nobody else would do it because they were so upset about losing our Toastmaster. So was I, but someone had to speak for that person. And I'm so thrilled it was me because I won't tell you all a lot of other stories. Lions Treasurer, it is massive. I learned about GST and all these other things, which you won't have to do in Toastmasters. Toastmasters Treasury is quite simple. You are there. I'm looking at the green light, but so my message to you is be the treasurer, create those vouchers, get the authority on those vouchers, get it spelt out what they want done, how much to pay, when to pay it. The new person has been voted in, haven't they? Insist on paying your club fees to America after you've got 8 to 10 people there. That way you've got that goal, because we want that goal as well, don't we? And it's all too easy. Enjoy the ride and learn how to do other roles as well, because they're very welcoming as well. But be a treasurer. Too easy. Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you, Tania. That was fabulous. It makes me feel like I want to be a treasurer now. I've never wanted to do that role before. You make it sound so easy there. I'll have to come and learn from you, though, because Excel spreadsheets and numbers, I do like numbers, so. But lovely. Thank you very much for that presentation.